Hey everyone, welcome to today's session. Let's continue our learning in the SQL. So now we are at GroupBy. Let's continue what is there for us. So before moving forward, GroupBy moderate level, I want to check something. Okay, are you fully comfortable with and versus or precedence, null handling in comparisons, in plus null behavior between inclusive logic? Yes. I think prompt is asking to test your confidence, and after that I think it will go little harder levels. Let's see. Okay, now we are going to moderate level group by. This is where SQL becomes powerful. Okay, let's see what it is. Sam, Raj, Tom. Okay, question one. Get total salary per department. Okay. I think some need to be done here. Let me see group by. Okay, let's see group by. I think we need to select exclusively. Sorry. Select total salary per department. Select DPT, comma total sal. I think sum of salary from employees where I think that will group by DPT. I think this will work. Let's see if there is any gap. I think Okay, there is a typo here. I think it's from group it is very good. That's correct. Oh, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. A small improvement in a professional style. Okay. It's better to alias. Better to alias aggregated columns. Okay. Yeah, that's a professional way of doing it. So we need to, going forward, we'll do that. Important concept check. Can you write this? Select DEPT, name sum of salary from employees, group by DEPT. Will this work? Name may not work because it will get only 2 records, right? I don't think it will work. No, sorry, B. Let's answer it as B and let's see what happened. Now let's understand why clearly. Correct is B. Okay, why clearly? This is very important. When you use group by DEPT, SQL creates one row per department. Inside each department, there are multiple names. SQL doesn't know which name to show. So this is invalid. It will, okay. Name is neither aggregated nor grouped. So it cannot be grouped. But it can get any other name, right? I mean, I'm not sure. Let me see whether I ask the same question to GPT. Golden rule of group by. Every column select must be in group by or inside an aggregate function. Okay. So in this example we wrote a query. Okay, we wrote a query in such a way DEPT comma sum of salary and we wrote, so that's why it will able to produce the result in a proper way. So now it is saying something. Okay, now that's why it is saying like this here, like every common um, in every column in select must be in group by or else it should be in the aggregated function. So you need to aggregate it or else you need to use it in a group by. So for example, if I do group by, of course it will give the results. How do we fix the query? Option A, select DEPT name sum of salary from employees group by DEPT comma name. So we are grouping on these two things. So means like DEPT and comma name. So then it will consider as a single group. Of course, I mean in this case we don't have any results, so that's why it is not giving. So next option B, select DEPT max name sum of salary employees and DEPT. Okay, maximum name. So for example, if a particular name like Raj visible multiple times, it will give the maximum. I don't think max can work on the string column. Let me see which one makes logical sense if we want total salary per department. But I think A would be. Why I'm thinking in that way is like max of name may not have any impact, I feel, but let me see whether I'm correct or not. Yes, just think about it. I am just blindly believing the chat GPT and I'm working on it in such a way. If there is any gaps, you guys specify in comments and I'll be able to improve myself. And yeah, let's continue. Okay, it is good thinking. Hmm. But here we need to slow down carefully, okay? If the goal is total salary per department, then what should the result look like? It'll be yeah. IT is one of the department, it has 300, and HR is one of the department, it's 270. Notice something, there is one row per department, not per employee, of course. Correct. So now look at option A. Whether it says correct or not, I'm not sure. Good thinking it says, but yeah, let's see. One row per employee, since name is DEPT name, so there is a group. One row per employee. Since name is unique inside DEPT, okay. This defeats the purpose of total per department, of course, and department wise, of course, it defeats the purpose. So now option B, yeah, I am correct here. And this max of name is meaningless here. We don't want a name at all. Okay, so the correct logical query is DEPT summary. You must exclude the name. There is no other way. So no name column needed. Okay, next key insight is if you want total per department, only include department in select and group by. Yeah, that's it. That's the thing we learned just now. Quick check for understanding. Okay, DEPT count of star employee DEPT, of course. What does count star counts? It's number of columns. How many number of rows? How many number of rows for each department? If you group by in each department, how many number of Rows, I think it will count. The total rows in each department. Yeah, this is the answer. B. Hmm. So far, so good. It looks a nice preparation. Let's see how it goes. That's correct. Yeah. Now, important clarification. Count star counts. Okay. All rows in each group, even if some columns contain null, just count. Yeah. If HR has 3 employees, one employee's salary is null, count star returns 3. Yeah, it will now very important comparison. What does this count? The query shows like the query is like select DEPT count of salary from employee group by DEPT. Count of salary, how it will count? Does it count? Yeah, if you mention star, it will count, and the B is the correct answer. B only rows where salary is not null. Then yeah, that's correct. This is one of the important thing to remember. So the moral of the story here is instead of count star, if you specify count on a specific column where the salary is there, then only you count the record. In those cases, I think this is correct. In those cases only tell. Yeah, that's correct. In those cases only tell incorrect. Consider. Okay, this is good. Important rule. Okay, function. Count star all rows. Count on specific column only non null values in that particular column. So, oh, this is the last question. Okay, right. Okay. Quick reinforcement scenario. Select count of star, count of salary, employees, DPT, HR. Count of star is what? Count of star is 3, comma. Count of salary, count of star is 2, comma 3. 2, comma 3. See, 2, comma 3. 2, comma 3. They are already 2, comma 3. 2, comma 3. Let's stop it here. If there is any wrong thing happened, let's stop the prompt. It is not allowing me to do. Yeah, I supposed to type correct only, but yeah, I accidentally did. Yeah, count of star, count null as well. If you specify salary, it will count two. That's what I thought of, but yeah, accidentally did the wrong. I entered the wrong value. Okay. Now quick check, very important. If all salaries are null in HR, what would this return? Okay, in correspondence with the previous query, they are asking the question here. Prompt is asking the question here. If all salaries are null, 3, comma 0. Now you fully understand count behavior. Let's strengthen group by further. New question. Using employees table only. Okay. Get average salary per department. Select DPT, comma AVG salary from employees group by DPT. Correct logic. Mhm. Professional improvement. Okay. Always alias. I forgot, man. Again forgot. Okay. I always alias. That's better. Reliability. Okay. I got it. Ignores null values. Calculate average only on non-null salaries. So since it won't consider non-nulls only, it will consider calculate average only on non-null salaries. So 150 150 plus 120 is 170 by 2. Sorry, 270 by 2, which will be 135. 135 will be the answer. Yeah, correct. Only non-null values are used. So yeah, 150 plus 120 by 2 is, yeah, null is ignored completely. Yeah, excellent. Your aggregation fundamentals are being strong. Okay, that's a good point to be noted. Hope you guys also chat. You guys also create a specific prompt in the GPT and try to learn the SQL. Next. Okay, having very important. Okay, where having filter rows, filter groups, before group by, after group by. Okay, get departments whose total salary is greater than 250. Write the query. Get departments whose total salary is greater than 250. Select DPT, comma, sum of salary, not so sum of salary, sum of salary as total sal, where okay, not able to write this query. How to write this query? Filter group by having. So I have, okay, sorry, this is as, okay, sal total sal from employees group by DEPT having total underscore sal is greater than 250. I think this will be correct. Let's see. I hope my logic is correct, but let's see. Okay, it says very good. I don't know. Your thinking is correct, but small important correction. Okay, what is the correction? In many SQL systems, you cannot use alias in having directly. Alias on in having directly. Okay, okay, okay. May not work in all databases. Safer. Okay, again, sum of salary. Sum of salary two times if you do, I don't think it will be look good. But okay, that's fine. I mean, if that is correct, then yeah, we'll follow that way only. There is no other way to follow. Okay. Many not work all databases. Okay, in that case, so what is the query? Select DEPT sum of salary as total sal from employees group by DEPT having sum of salary greater than 250. Hmm. Having works an aggregate expression. Having is called as an aggregate expression. Okay, okay, good then. So best practice. Repeat the aggregate inside having. Repeat the aggregate inside having. Repeat the aggregation inside having. So that's why I think some salary, some salary. Okay. Now conceptual check. Why can't we write this? Okay. Select DEPT sum of salary, comma M from employees where some salary is greater than 250 group by DEPT. So what is wrong in this? Answer in one sentence. Okay, I'll answer that. So yeah, so before grouping itself, if you calculate sum of salary with a specific condition, so it won't work in that way. Sorry, my system is slow, so yeah. Okay, let me submit this and let's see. Grouping should. I'm thinking like grouping should happen first, then only think about the conditioning on top of grouping. So that's what I was thinking. So that's why I gave that answer. And let's see GPT what it will return. Your thinking is in right direction. Let me when it precise SQL logic. Okay. The real reason where runs before group by. Okay. Okay. Where class where we used on my table near where class. Here we didn't use paper version. We didn't use that. Okay. Okay. So aggregate functions like sum are calculated after grouping. So this is calculating after grouping, but you are applying that group by applying that, okay, applying that logic on that, and it won't work in that way. So no, okay. So when SQL executes from where group by having select, wow, at the time where runs summary, sum of salary does not exist yet because it is formed in the group by. So this is the third step here. So that is the reason it is not able to, it won't be able to get the calculations correct. Next, that's why this is invalid, because aggregation hasn't happened yet. Okay, so that's why in the above tables specifically mentioned it will happen before. Like if you go to see here where filters rows before group by, it will happen, and having filter groups after group by it's happen. That's the reason, I mean, you specifically mentioned that in the having clause, so that it will get a correct result. Okay, now interview level answer, say it like this: where filter rows before grouping, where filters rows before grouping while having filters after aggregation. Since sum is computed after group by, so it cannot be used in where class, of course. That's correct. Next, quick reinforcement. Which class can be aggregate function? Which clause can use aggregate function? Of course, it's having the, yeah, looks like this session went so long, but yeah, the learning curve is like improving step by step. So yeah, I think that's good sign. Let's see. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so now clearly understand where group by having aggregates can only be using in having, not where. Okay, these are the solid understanding we have. Next, mini review challenge: combine concepts using. Okay, to okay, let's stop the session here itself, and yeah, let's continue in the next session. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this channel. Thank you so much.